Race 1 of the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge lines up like this. Daniel Gaunt qualifying on pole ahead of Craig Baird. Johnny Reid from 3. Earl Bamber starting off the second row alongside Reid. Mitch Cunningham and Shane McKillen off the third row. Scott Harrison alongside Paul Kelly off row number 4. First of the 996s, Simon Evans out qualifying Simon McLennan on row 5. Andrew Bagnall and Mark Wyman. The next in the queue, Hugh Gardner completes the lineup in his new 997. So it's the Screamers from Stuttgart lining up on the grid, racing for the minors. And Clint, that is a fantastic sight for the Porsches. Get ready for racing.
It's a nice touch by the boys in the GT3 Porsche Cup Challenge. In memory of the miners from the West Coast just over the Great Divide.
There's the race start. Craig Baird looked like he got a flyer off the outside of the front row. Can Daniel Gaunt? No, Gaunt gets him back because he started pulling gears and he slotted back into the lead.
And look at Reno down the inside into the first corner.
Reid down the inside of Craig Baird, down through 2. Baird's going to try and stay out there.
Onto the grass, he's almost like he's on a ride on. Look at Bamber as well.
Oh,
almost a bit of a twitch and a touch.
Bamber's out there in the Mike Morton machine, so a few changes since Pukekohe. But Daniel Gaunt, he threw in a stunning lap right at the end of the qualifying session. I was already riding in Craig Baird as the top qualifier, and Gaunt, he threw in a stunner.
Yes, he's done a brilliant job. He goes into the series with the lead, of course, 25 points, and a great performance to start on pole. And what a great performance to actually maintain that lead going into the first corner of the first lap, where he can always go wrong. Of course, Craig Baird's so good at starting on cold tyres, but look at that, back in 4th place.
Yeah, Mitch Cunningham's got around him. The difference between first and second in qualifying was 8 1/1000ths of a second. That's how close it was between Daniel Gaunt and Craig Baird, teammates at Triple X Motorsport.
And once again, their battle between Triple X and International Motorsport, it's all on again. Baird says, hang on, boys, into the sweeper for the first time. Let's line up how we can go down that main straight and see if I can pick up a few more spots. There's Earl. What a weekend, mate. Old Earl, commentator, driver.
There's a bit of a story there, but we'll pick that up as this action continues. Now, the last time Craig Baird got in behind Mitch Cunningham, he had the headlights on chasing him down to Pukekohe, and Mitch ran out of rear brakes at the hairpin and just outbraked himself, and Baird said thank you very much, and won the second race of the weekend.
And don't forget the last time in the reverse grid race, he sent him spinning, got the black flag.
Yeah, just before the pit entrance, so there's no love lost between these two at the moment. Problems off for Simon Evans after such a strong start to the weekend as the top qualifier in the 996 class. And talking to the team at the start of the morning today, they were so happy with their car pace, what Simon was doing, and they were looking forward to the weekend.
And that's the weird thing about motorsport. I mean, you get in there, you drive by the seat of your pants, you get the feel, get into a rhythm, and just, you know, get one lap under you, and then away you go. But here he is, 2 laps into the pits. Obviously problems, a disappointment for the team.
Paul Kelly with a strong start. He's up into the 5th position ahead of Shane McKillen and Earl Bamber. There is a disappointed Simon Evans, so some problems. Left front corner, may have been some contact there maybe with someone further back in that 996 battle between himself, the likes of Simon McLennan and Mark Wyman. But there's the lead for Daniel Gaunt. It is just under 1 second as Mitch Cunningham runs wide out of pothole on the run down towards the hairpin.
Baird down into the inside. He's going to have a look, is he? Through the sweeper.
Yeah, it is the sweeper. That's a difficult shot to pick up because they're coming straight on, but of course that is the sweeper. And Baird is chasing down Mitch Cunningham for that 3rd position. The top 10 in the top 4 in the championship are covered by just 48 points, and that's effectively, Cunningham locks the brake. I was going to say half a race, but while that was happening, Baird has slipped up the inside of Cunningham, who locked the brake at turn 2.
It's pretty weird with Craig Baird starting back in 5th place, 48 points behind the other top drivers, and even Earl Bamber was a little bit surprised by that, but it's just a matter of time, I suppose, between now and when Beardo catches them up one by one, race by race, corner by corner. That's how he does it.
Here's the replay, and it is Cunningham. Yeah, just pinched that left front brake, the unloaded side. Beardo actually pinched his left front as well, so he was trying pretty hard to get it down inside after he saw the mistake from Mitch Cunningham.
Well, all the weight's on the right rear, so going into that first corner, sometimes the left front is actually freewheeling, getting no traction at all with the weight transfer.
So it's the Mad Butcher, number 1, the reigning champion, Craig Baird. He's had a tough start to his championship with a tyre that just disintegrated at Pukekohe in that longer first endurance race. He won the second race and then got a drive-through penalty for that contact with Mitch Cunningham in the third. What a wild weekend.
Yeah, plenty of drama for old Beardo with a blind tyre and a black flag and a victory. And here he is, our commentator, the outlaw,
Earl Bamber. He's got ahead of Paul Kelly and Shane McKillen, so he will be now up into the 5th position. The thing here with Bamber, he never even sat in the car until the second test session on Friday, and with about 2 minutes notice, Todd Bickerton from Triple X was strapping him in the car. Earl's frantically getting organised, goes to turn the car on and turns around to Todd and says, boys, how do I start this thing? Well, Johnny Reid and Craig Baird, this is what we saw at the end of the last championship last season, with these two really going at it toe-to-toe. Beardo had already done enough to tie up the championship, but Johnny Reid with a couple of round wins was very, very strong. So Craig Baird just filling his mirrors. Daniel Gaunt, the race leader. Gaunty's back in the car that he badly damaged on the Friday at Pukekohe in testing. The Triple X team have repaired that. And Earl Bamber is driving the car that Gordon won the round win in at Pukekohe.
And Daniel's nursing that, baby. He's been very nice to the car, isn't he?
Well, he's just backed up his lap times. Well, I'm saying that he was still 2 tenths quicker than Reid and Baird, who probably dropped off 3 to 4 tenths, just tying each other up in that battle for second and third.
Daniel Gaunt's fastest lap so far is a 1:25.1. The lap record, by the way, set by Baird back in 2009, a 1:23.4. So they're off lap record pace.
I think that's got to be a combination. 45 degrees is probably the hottest part of the afternoon here right now at Powerbuilt Tools Raceway. So that's got to be having some sort of effect. Plus the fact with the new tyre, Michelin tyre compound, it's a little bit harder. So you would expect maybe a little bit of drop off in outright speed with that harder tyre.
And I reckon now it's just about starting to come on, because they'll start at a temperature. They'll allow the tyre to get more grip, get the heat into it. And look at that, Craig Baird searching into and out of the sweeper down the straight.
Reid. He locked the left front like Mitch Cunningham did, but he got away with it. But has he damaged the tyre? That was a pretty long lock-up.
Champion drivers, Gaunt, Reid, Baird, Cunningham, Bamber, the top 5.
Yeah, Earl Bamber with a good recovery. He dropped a couple of spots to Paul Kelly and Shane McKillen, but he's up in the 5th position. First ever race weekend in a 997 Cup car. As we've said, literally had not driven the car until the second test session here on Friday. Here's a peak replay. This is Hugh Gardner down the inside of Paul Kelly.
Up into 7th place, and nicely done too. Although Paul Kelly will say, I need a new motor, mate. I just need more power.
I think
guarantee it.
Hugh with a little brake lock up there as well. Oh, there's the Morse code from Beardo on Reid. He's getting the hurry up.
How close can you get? Not quite close as that. Look at that. Fantastic racing.
Out of the carousel to 8.
Sometimes that's where the drivers can be just pushed a bit wide. So what's Beardo going to do? Will he have a look down the inside, this time into the sweeper? Or will Beardo cover it off?
Again, just a half look. Reid not opening up the opportunity. Baird's just tucked into that left rear indicator.
That's
this time Browning.
Yeah.
Well, no, Johnny's got such good exit speed off the sweeper.
He's just got that speed down the straight. Look at Baird. He's giving him as close a nudge as you can do without actually doing a nudge.
Down through 2. So Daniel Gaunt is just driving away now. He's 4.4 seconds up the road. 3 laps ago, that lead was 2.9 seconds. So these two are definitely tying each other up. Gaunt's last lap was a 25.2. Reid and Baird are both in the mid-26s. So there is Daniel Gaunt, the VNC Cocktails MPD 997. Little bit of something hanging off the left rear corner of Reid's car, just that left side of the bumper.
Navy good enough, and there's drama there for Paul Kelly.
He's gone off and out of the 6th position. So the local Christchurch businessmen were disappointed about that. So this is down into 2.
Looked like he got the position back from Hugh Gardner and just overcooked it into the corner, first corner.
The rear brakes, and around went the Paul Kelly Motor Company 997. He'll be disappointed with that. Hugh Gardner will be saying, thanks, Paul. Sweet.
Johnny Reid second in the championship, second in this race. Beard hunting him down, though.
You could just see him setting maybe up for a big slingshot up the inside into 9. Cochrane Nissan corner. So Daniel Gaunt will take the last lap board again. Craig Baird, he can't get any closer. Oh, Reed's on the brakes off the exit.
Little dab on the brakes to say, don't get too close, mate, just to try and upset the rhythm.
Baird with a better run this time, but again, Johnny Reed with superior exit speed off the last corner onto the main straight.
Fantastic when you think identical cars, two great champion drivers, and searching for a way around Powerbuilt Tools Raceway, the final lap. Who can get second, who can get third? Will he maintain a second place in the championship? He'll certainly do that. Johnny Reed got a bit of a break. Look at Daniel Gaunt. Good skills, great driving. Top class performance by him so far.
Again, he was quicker on that last lap. The gap is 4.8 seconds. He can afford to just back off on this last lap run with a few corners left to go. Reed, though, still got the attentions of Craig Baird right underneath the rear wing of the Ray Glass Porsche 997.
No doubt Peter will have another bit of a lunge coming out of the sweeper down the line.
I reckon he had a half look up into the run into turn 9. If he can get that slingshot off, this will be the next corner to watch. Does he set him up here? He's trying to get up as close as he can. Is he close enough? No. Or Reed with oversteer.
Slide in the rear.
You could just see him thinking about it. He saw the rear end of Reed's car going around, but he couldn't seize the opportunity.
He'll have one more crack down here, and then I think he may have to settle for the points to get back into the race in the championship.
He's not quite there. He's given him the touch-up out of the final corner. Daniel Gaunt will take the checkered flag. Another win for the championship leader. Win number 3 for him for the season. Reed's going to hold on to a fighting second from Craig Baird. But Daniel Gaunt, after a tough start to the weekend at Pukekohe, he left Pukekohe with the championship lead, and he wins race 1 here at Powerbuilt Tools Raceway at Ruapuna in Christchurch. Well, lots of entertainment provided from the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge. Daniel Gaunt leads the championship, opens his account here in Christchurch with a win in race number 1 from Johnny Reed, who had to hold off Craig Baird for second position. Mitch Cunningham, Earl Bamber and Hugh Gardner complete the top 6.
Dan, pole position, which here is really unfavourable because you're on the dirty side. Fastest lap of the race, mate, and another race win.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. The guys have worked, the Triple X guys, Ian, Todd and Adam, have worked really hard between Pukekohe and here to rebuild this car. This is the car that I damaged in practice, so it's come up better than ever and straighter than ever, and, you know, to start the weekend like that, we couldn't really have asked for much more.